Hello and welcome to my Hyrox deep dive series where we go in depth on each of the Hyrox stations. Today we are looking at the sled pull. We will cover form and technique, how to train for it, and how to use it within your race to pull ahead of the competition. The sled pull is the third station in Hyrox, and up until this point you can kind of grit it out through the first runs and the push, but if you get the pull wrong, it will suck the energy out of you and take forever. So let's break down the steps I like to take with the sled pull. Step 1. Step to the very front of the box. With the sled pull station, you're given a box that you need to stay in, and you want to maximize every inch of that box without stepping out and receiving a penalty. Step 2. Pull the slack out of the rope. The Hyrox ropes often have a bit of elasticity to them. If there's slack in the rope, your initial drive will be wasted because there will be a period where there's no tension on the rope. Step 3, the drive. Once you have tension on the rope, keep your arms straight and extend your hips. Put your weight into your heels and lean your shoulders back. Step 4, walk it back. Once your hips are extended, keep your arms straight and shuffle your feet back. Keep your steps short and slide your feet back quickly. This helps keep momentum from the drive phase, and if there is stray rope behind you, it prevents you from stepping on it and losing your footing. I like to look over my shoulder to see the edge of the box. Once I reach the edge of the box, I give it one last pull in with my arms. Step 5. Walk forward, managing the rope. As you walk forward, shift the rope out to the side, threading it through your hands as you go. With a bit of practice, you can keep this neatly to one side of your box and not obstruct the lane next to you, which can cause a penalty. Key mistakes with the rope pull: bending your arms too early. This creates unnecessary tension in the biceps whilst you walk it back. It's easier doing it with straight arms. Using your arms only. I would only use this method if the weight is very light for you, maybe in doubles or at the very end of your pull before your run, because it isn't that much faster and you're using less muscles, which will burn out quicker. And the last common mistake is mismanaging the rope. I prefer to have the rope to one side of me so I can see it and manage it as I go. Some people like to straddle the rope, which is fine. But if it's building up behind you in your box, it can limit the space you have to walk back. If you really want to go for speed, then don't drop the rope between pulls. Get efficient at threading the rope through your hands and hustle. You can waste a lot of time on the pull if you're dropping the rope, pushing it out of the way, and walking between ends. The rope pull station is all about hustle. So that's the technique. Now, how do we train for it? The sled pull tests muscular strength and muscular endurance. Working on your grip strength with hangs and holds is very beneficial. Rack pulls or deadlifts work that hip extension, and I also like landmine hack squats to create that powerful drive in a similar position. And then sled drags or cable squat rows at high volume will help improve your muscular endurance of your quads. And you can even hook up a rope to the bottom of a cable tower to really mimic that movement. As for programming the sled pull, add a little extra weight to account for those tough Hyrox sleds. And then in training, give yourself rest intervals and practice it at fast speeds. You need to practice that quick turnover and hustling back and forth, which is difficult to do if your heart rate is already spiked and you're slow or fatigued. Once you've got that quick turnover, then you can start to add in running before and after. So that's the technique and how to train for it. Now let's talk race strategy. By the time you get to the pull, things have often started to even out. Those that have come out too hot are suffering and slowing down. And if you have paced it right, this is where things start to accumulate and get tough. Remember, smooth is fast. Don't rush, don't panic. The rope pull is a long station, but if you work through it methodically, being purposeful with your movements, you will avoid spiking your heart rate or making mistakes. Generally, your heart rate does come down a little, although it does pump up your muscles, which makes it difficult to run. So go steady out of the station and build into your stride. And if you are suffering, just know at least your guns will be popping for the race picks. And that's what it's all about, right? Anyway, that was a sled pull. If you enjoyed the video, share and subscribe for more. Drop a comment and let me know if it was helpful. If you are looking for coaching, check out my website at coactiveperformance.com. And if you have any questions, reach out to me on Instagram at WoodsyWorkout. Until next time.